Yes, it's me, Jason Cundy and Dean Saunders, taking your call. So, Dean, you and I watched both games. Where do you want to start? Do you want to start with City or do you want to start with Liverpool?
Well, let's start with Liverpool, shall we? I mean, I thought, they did make a few mistakes, and Konaté's made a terrible mistake at 2-0 up, which you can't do at this level. He let teams back in, but they've won the game. They could have scored more. I just look at it and I think the team's improved from last year. The squad's improved. They've got Jota, Firmino on the bench.
What about Diaz?
Diaz is like...
do you know what?
Do you know what Diaz is? He's everything I wanted Shaqiri to be.
Yeah, Shaqiri was never going to be that, was it? He threatened, and he there was a couple of times when he went to point. He had some big moves in him, by the way.
Yeah,
he's a good player. But Diaz is on a different level. He has come in. He is going to be, from what I've seen so far, he's going to be as good as Mane has been for Liverpool. Yeah, and I don't know whether I'll put him on the same plane as Salah. That's unfair. But what I've seen so far. That's brilliant business. I mean, Liverpool over the years have done, and credit because they got a brilliant manager. But your transfer targets and your recruitment is absolutely crucial, and Liverpool are getting a huge amount of them right. You get the odd one which doesn't work. Every team does, but I have to say, largely right now, Liverpool's recruitment has been pretty spot on. Not
only that, the way he's got them playing and the way he's worked out. The managers get lots of stick, but Klopp, he deserves all the praise he gets. He got a workman-like midfield to stop Salah and Mane having to run all the way back every 5 minutes. So he can't do that if you have too many footballers in there. So he's got Henderson, Milner, Fabinho, Oxlade-Chamberlain, legs. He's got two fullbacks who cross the ball into the box like wingers. The centre-halves, he's got a choice of Van Dijk, Konaté, Gomez, and... Matip. So... looking at Konaté making mistakes, which I thought he made a few mistakes for Leipzig. He played great up until he made a mistake, scored a good goal.
I thought he actually started the game really well, actually. Yeah. But then he gets the goal. There was on half an hour, he gets dragged out onto the right-hand side. And a lot of centre-halves, a little bit like Bailly at Man United, don't like getting dragged out into those wide areas. It's unfamiliar. And once you drag them out, they turn into different defenders.
Jace, I had a list of centre-backs who would mark you out the game for 80 minutes. And eventually, they'd make a mistake. I had a list.
Was I on that list?
You were top of it. There was a brace or a hat-trick round the corner when you were playing. I knew. Just had to linger and keep sniffing it out. He'll step on the ball. He'll roll a hospital ball into midfield. A short back pass. I'm joking.
And then you buy. But I have to say, I think Liverpool's quality in that final third, with Diaz in particular, I don't think Liverpool at their shiny sparkly space. In fact, there were periods of that game where I felt that the Benfica were the better side, and with a little bit more quality, that scoreline could have been different. Liverpool rode their luck a couple of times. Alisson made a good save down to his right-hand side. There's a couple of 1v1s, 2v2s, which Liverpool tend to... They give you a chance, Liverpool, because of the way they play. But there were periods in that game where I felt the Benfica, and against a better team, and I'm looking at Bayern because that's who they're probably going to play next round. Against a better team, I don't think you can afford Bayern those type of lapses in a game of that size and give them those kind of opportunities. But... credit, because they got the job done. That third goal does seal it for me. That's enough.
They are allowed Benfica to create chances at home against you in the latter stages of the Champions League. Yeah. They're a good team. They've beaten PSV. They've beaten Barcelona. They've had all sorts of problems.
They're a neat and tidy side. They're neat. They're technically very good. They move the ball well, but it's the quality in the final third, and that's what. In the previous round that Liverpool played as well, they weren't brilliant again, but the quality they've got up top as well. Just quickly, we're going to take calls on that, Liverpool fans. 03717 22 33 44. Looking at Manchester City, in the end, they kept grinding away. Atleti are brilliant at what they do, but all it takes is half a mistake for Man City, and they'll be all over you.
Well, the criticism will be aimed at Atletico Madrid. If you sit back against Man City and invite them to pass it round you, eventually they score a goal. The stats tell you eventually they will pick you off and get at least one goal.
Yep.
And then you can't get one back.
Anti-football.
Yeah, he tried to spoil the game tonight.
But I think that is quite a bit of a snob in you. So there's no such thing.
I've done it myself.
But that doesn't mean it's anti-football.
Yeah, it is. I'm going to actually spoil this game of football, so it's terrible to watch, terrible to play, and nobody's going to enjoy it.
Yeah, but that's
to get a result.
Yes, but that doesn't mean it's anti-football. That's a different style, isn't it?
Well, no, because if you go and watch Liverpool, Man City, you're going to watch a proper game of football, which is entertaining.
Well, they play it in a totally different way. But is there one way to play football? No.
You can play, as long as you get a result, you can play. I've done both. As I said, I'm not like I'm going to go at Simeone, but the way he's setting up is to actually spoil the game of football to watch, spoil it to play in, condense the space, don't try and score yourself, show no ambition to score, just wait for a set piece or wait for Liverpool to make a mistake. That's how they line up. And there's a chance you might get beat 1-0 doing it, but you won't let many goals in, but when you're watching the game, you fall asleep.
He's got a certain style, Simeone, no question of that. 03717 2233 Let's go and speak to Justin, who's a Liverpool fan in Cardiff. Justin, good evening. Well, congratulations.
Hi, Justin.
Evening, guys.
All right, Just.
Yeah, good.
Not bad. Go on, Just. What do you want to say?
Yeah. Well, a couple of points. On Canate and then on Simeone, if I could, please. Canate, I think he's been absolutely brilliant for us since he came in. He's so much quicker than you think he's going to be. His strength is obvious. He made that mistake tonight, and I think without that mistake, Benfica don't even get anywhere near scoring.
They did. Just they actually caused Liverpool one or two more problems than I thought they would.
But after the goal, after Canate's mistake in the goal, that's what gave him. Without that, they would have just been like the first half. So yes, that's what gave him the second win and brought them on. But I like Canate. I don't think Matip is going to be the starter against Man City, but and he's still very young.
22,
so,
isn't
he? Made a mistake. Yeah, he made a mistake, but I think he's going to be absolutely brilliant. I do.
He's one of those. He's raw. I think that you can see that there's a player in there. I thought up until his goal, I thought he played really well. Physically imposing, quick, reads the situation very well. Just a couple of those little mistakes that you get with young players, and as you just said, there he's only 22.
Yeah, and obviously he's got. We play at such a quick pace. That's a lot for him to take in and to learn, and that's why he played a few games, plays a few games, comes out. So he's watching as well as he's playing, because there's a lot for him to adapt to with the pace we play and the style we play.
Who would you prefer, not Matip, Gomez or Canate?
Well, the thing with Gomez, I phoned up and said this about a year and a half ago, maybe a little bit longer. He's a brilliant centre back. He is really good, but he's not reliable enough. He needs to go off. We need to let him go and play somewhere else where maybe we can get some games together. I think he played over the last four years, 10, 15 games. So he can barely get a decent run without getting. And his injuries aren't little; they're always big injuries.
Mm. You need four centre halves, though. You need four,
Sorry?
and you need four centre halves at least. And you've got Fabinho who can play centre half, so you need four good ones to win everything.
Thanks for the call, Just. Keep them coming. 03717 2233 44.